What's going on, Clashers? Touring 56 from iKonik here, bringing you War Recap number 102. And go to the War Log. There we go, back on the winning track. This was a 70 to 51 win over Chile 2.0. An easy victory. Didn't get much of a fight from these guys. They just had a real hard time 3-starring. As you can see there, max clan XP, which is awesome. Credit to these guys. Our opponent, 48 out of 50 attacks. You know, they didn't give up. They were putting the attacks in, so that's good to see. But they just couldn't really get that 3rd star. They had a few, but they came from people attacking down. As you can see, they had three-star attacks there versus our 22. 94.5% average destruction. That's huge. Love seeing that. And the only stars we missed were right up there at the top there. Got 2 on that number 1. Missed a couple each on 2 and 3, but from 4 down, the Town Hall 9s and 10s, the Town Hall 9s and 8s, we just crushed it. And had a little bit of a rocky start as well. Had some attacks go pretty sour on us early for 0 stars or 1 star, but the cleanup crew came in very strongly to finish this one out. Lots of great attackers this war. We had heavy hitters galore. So our heavy hitters this war were myself, turn 56, Tobin 36, Tycho, Bishop, and Slayer. And then we also had some bitch slappers this war, Chrigel and bowflexing. And then both Nasty Nate and Brionna just missed the 6th star by 1%. They each had a 99% 2-star attack, so just missed it. Almost got up to heavy hitter status. So close, you guys. Better luck next time. So let's go ahead and check out some replays from this one. And I think what I'd like to do this war is, after our last war, the loss we had to You Got Jacked, I was looking over the replays, and I think we're trying to get a little bit too fancy, and it didn't seem like the fundamentals were there. So I want to go kind of back to those, show you some just real solid fundamental attacks, golem-based attacks. We're going away from the gowiwipe, and those are good attacks that can get you pretty much a guaranteed 2-star on any Town Hall 9, with a good chance at 3 if you've got some back-end loons or hogs or some kind of trick up your sleeve. So I'm trying to get us back to that, and that's what I'm going to be showing you this war, is those golem-based attacks. So let's start off on their number 1 by Scoob here. He got a really nice 75% on their top base. It brings a gowiwipe. No lure here, but he's got something in mind for that, which I really like. Love the offset wall breakers away from the golem, avoiding splash damage. Always a good idea. Unfortunately, that big bomb right there made his P.E.K.K.A walk around. You see right there, the funnel just didn't quite get up, so his P.E.K.K.A goes for a walk. Could have been a different attack if his P.E.K.K.A had gone inside. Butterfly effect, who knows what might have happened. Possibly a 3-star, possibly. So he's got a good funnel going here. Other than that, P.E.K.K.A, his troops are pushing into the core nicely. And watch this first freeze on the Inferno Tower. Gets the 2 expos there as well, and the clan castle troops. Great freeze. Took a lot of those defending DPS out of the picture for a little while, and let him kind of push in a bit and do some more damage. So he's got most of his DPS is going into that core. They follow the jump spell, which is awesome. Does have a couple golems wrapping around, and look at that P.E.K.K.A over there. Imagine that P.E.K.K.A in that core right now. If that one giant bomb hadn't killed that wizard who was creating that funnel, that core would be wrecked right now. Those golems would be off and running. That Inferno Tower would be down. Could have been a really different attack, but even so, a great attack. The 2-star here was never in question, and that's what we're looking for from the Town Hall 10s is easy 2-stars with a chance at a 3-star. It's tough at Town Hall 10, but this is great. 75% on their top base, just a tremendous attack. So excellent job, Scoob. Keep up the good work. And just kind of fast forward a little bit here. This is just kind of the last little going through the motions as we watch this P.E.K.K.A. finish his whirlwind tour of the exterior of this base. So we're used to seeing those attacks, the gowiwipe and such. We're used to seeing those at Town Hall 10. It just kind of seems like we've forgotten about how effective they can be at Town Hall 9 as well. So let's watch Bishop get a really nice 3-star on their number 8 here, bringing a gowiwipe, a similar composition. This is actually a version of Tsunami. The air defenses are a little bit pushed down below, so it doesn't quite work out the same, but starts off with a really nice 4-for-3 loon to defense trade up top, taking those out. Combines that with grabbing the lure with some hogs over here as well. Some of those defenses are still distracted by the loons, so it's a good time to launch those hogs to lure. And of course, you never want to rely 100% on your loons for the clan castle lure, because they do not lure enemy loons. You need some kind of ground troop to lure those enemy loons. So standard kill squad over here. He's got a couple golems that he'll drop down. He's got the witches, the wizards. Waits a little bit on the heroes to make sure his funnel is up so that they go into the core. And then wall breakers and the jump spell will allow all the DPS in there. And of course he's got that max P.E.K.K.A. in his clan castle. Good spell work here, maximizing the coverage. A huge percentage of his army is within the spells. That's what you want. The more troops that are covered by your spells, whether it's heal or rage, the more effective those spells are going to be, the better value you get for them. And look how fast this core goes down. I mean, there's some serious DPS and high HP buildings in this core, but he just wrecks it. He gets such a good funnel going into that core. The P.E.K.K.A., the witches, the wizards, the heroes, looking really good. And he still has some wizards in the bag. You may have noticed him kind of dropping some wizards here and there strategically to take out some buildings. Always important to have something on the back end with these gowiwi or gowiwipe or gowipe attacks. They're kind of notorious for getting into the core, and then they can fizzle out sometimes depending on the base. So it's nice to have something on the back end, whether it's loons or hogs or a few more wizards or whatever you need. But Bishop did such a good job pushing into the core, and this guy's giant bombs weren't very well placed, so he still had plenty of cleanup even without his reserve wizards. So great attack, Bishop. Really nice, showing good fundamentals on that attack. So the last attack that I will show you is going to be my attack on their base number 18. And I bring a gowiwiho on this one. Once again, pretty standard, just, fundamental attack using golems. So the 3 loons will get me the lure there. I knew that there weren't loons in the enemy CC, so I didn't need a ground troop there. I got my lure, and I'm able to bring them exactly where I want to center my kill squad, which is kind of nice. And while my kill squad is taking care of the enemy CC, I can drop a couple of my golems and start my funnel with those wizards on the exterior there. And I'm just going to let these guys all push in. I've got a jump spell that's going to get me into, that's going to open 3 chambers for me. My wall breakers were up in that far south chamber, and the jump spell is going to get me into the other 3. And because I had that funnel up, everybody is going into the core. There's double giant bombs here over in the southeast, those golems are about to pop, and after they pop those, I'm going to launch my hogs. I think I launched my hogs just a little bit too soon. If I'd waited another 3 seconds, those golems are pushing up and they are distracting that cannon as well, and a few other defenses, and so I don't need that heal there. I can save that heal for later. But it ended up working out okay for me. My Barb King is down at this point, but I still have the AQ ability, which is going to come in handy later. Remember to always try to hang on to your hero ability if you can. There's a few exceptions to that rule where you want to use your abilities early, such as the Barb King on the enemy AQ. But it's definitely important for the Archer Queen, because you get in a situation like this where she's under fire. There's only 2 defenses left. And I need to shed those attackers so she can come in and keep doing some work for me. And then a couple more wizards down on the very back end there. They're going to help me take out that cannon, and then this is all cleanup at this point. So there you go, guys. Just wanted to kind of reinforce some of those old school fundamental attacks. Like I mentioned earlier, I think we're trying to get a little bit too fancy sometimes. Struggling with some lava loon attacks to force them into bases where they're just not necessarily going to work well. And there's nothing wrong with the old school attacks, golem based attacks that are going to get you, especially for a first attack on a base, get you that guaranteed 2-star with good potential to get a 3-star. It's good strategy as a clan to use these attacks more often early in the war, in my opinion. That's the recap, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a fun war for us, probably not for Chile 2.0. But better luck to those guys next time. And until next time, this is Turn 56, reminding you guys to keep on clashing.